The digital dawn breaks, but what truly illuminates your path? Is it the flickering screen, the endless scroll, the relentless pursuit of more for yourself alone? Or is there a different kind of light, an ancient wisdom whispering from the depths of human experience, a truth echoed by every titan who ever etched their name into the annals of progress? Consider for a moment the very fabric of existence, not as a solitary thread, but as an intricate tapestry, each strand interwoven, each pattern influencing the next. We are taught from the earliest whispers of ambition to conquer, to accumulate, to ascend. But what if the summit of true, lasting abundance is not reached by clawing your way to the top alone, but by extending a hand to pull others up alongside you? This is not some ethereal philosophy, a feel-good platitude divorced from the gritty reality of ambition. This is the bedrock principle upon which fortunes have been built, empires sustained, and legacies forged that transcend the fleeting glitter of personal gain. This is the unexpected key, the seismic shift in perspective that unlocks not just wealth, but purpose, not just success, but fulfillment. The power of giving back. We stand at a precipice in human history, bathed in information, yet starved for meaning. We chase metrics, yet yearn for impact. The whispers of scarcity, of competition are loud in the modern ear. But look closer, beyond the immediate horizon of self-interest. Recall the quiet genius of an Andrew Carnegie, who amassed a fortune beyond imagination, only to devote the twilight of his life to a philanthropic endeavor that continues to uplift millions. Was his generosity an afterthought, a guilt-laden attempt to atone for past accumulation? Or was it, in fact, an intrinsic part of the very engine that drove his monumental success? The answer, as I meticulously documented, lies in the reciprocal nature of the universe itself. Carnegie understood, instinctively at first, then with profound clarity, that true wealth is not a finite pie to be fiercely guarded, but an ever-expanding canvas painted with the brushstrokes of contribution. His libraries, his educational endowments, his countless acts of generosity were not drains on his resources. They were conduits, amplifying his influence, attracting greater opportunities, and cementing his place not just as a wealthy man, but as a genuine architect of progress. This isn't about charity in the traditional sense, a mere handout born of pity. This is about a fundamental reframing of your very purpose. It's about understanding that genuine value, the kind that resonates and reverberates, is created not in isolation, but in connection, in contribution, in service. Think of Thomas Edison not merely as an inventor, but as a relentless problem solver who dedicated his genius to illuminating the world. His inventions were not born in a vacuum of self-indulgence. They were answers to profound human needs, solutions that elevated the quality of life for millions. And in doing so, he unlocked an abundance that stretched far beyond patents and profits. His legacy is not just a list of inventions. It is a testament to the transformative power of a mind dedicated to serving a greater good. Or consider Henry Ford, whose revolutionary assembly line didn't just create cars, it democratized transportation, putting the open road within reach of the common person. Was his motivation purely self-enrichment? Or was there an underlying impulse to serve, to provide, to make life better, more efficient, more accessible? The answer invariably points to a profound understanding that true, sustainable success is an echo of true, sustainable service. This principle extends far beyond the titans of industry. It permeates the quiet dignity of Abraham Lincoln, whose unwavering commitment to preserving the Union and abolishing slavery was not about personal gain, but about the profound moral imperative of a nation. His struggle, his sacrifice, his ultimate triumph were not built on self-interest, but on an unwavering dedication to a cause far greater than himself. And in that dedication, he unlocked a power, a resilience, a historical resonance that few individuals have ever achieved. The tapestry of success, then, is woven with threads of giving, not merely taking. It is a fundamental law, as immutable as gravity, that what you send out, you eventually receive back, often multiplied, often in forms you least expect. This is not some mystical mumbo-jumbo. It is the observable, repeatable pattern of human endeavor that consistently yields lasting results. So, How do we integrate this profound truth into the architecture of our own ambition? It begins with a fundamental shift in mindset. For too long, the narrative has been one of scarcity, of competition, of a zero-sum game where one person's gain must inherently be another's loss. But this is a limiting belief, a cognitive cage that prevents us from seeing the expansive landscape of true opportunity. Imagine instead a world of infinite possibilities, where generosity isn't a drain, but an investment, where collaboration isn't a compromise, but a catalyst. This mindset shift requires courage, a willingness to challenge deeply ingrained assumptions. It demands that you move beyond the immediate gratification of personal accumulation and embrace the long-term compounding returns of contribution. It's about seeing yourself not just as an individual actor on the stage of life, but as an integral part of a larger ecosystem, where your prosperity is inextricably linked to the prosperity of others. This is the fertile ground from which truly extraordinary achievements spring. It is the understanding that your success is not diminished by another's rise, but often amplified by it. When you actively seek to uplift, to empower, to provide genuine value, you are not just helping others, you are building the very infrastructure of your own enduring success. The ripples you create flow outwards, then return to you, often as a tide, lifting all boats, including your own. This isn't altruism for altruism's sake, though that is a noble pursuit in itself. This is strategic generosity, a deep understanding of the universal laws that govern abundance. Consider the very essence of human connection. We are wired for reciprocity, for belonging, for shared purpose. When you give of yourself, your time, your talent, your resources, you are not just performing an act of kindness, you are forging bonds, building bridges, cultivating a network of goodwill that becomes an invisible but incredibly potent asset. Think of a farmer who scatters seeds. Does he begrudge the soil, the nutrients, the water, the sunlight? No, he understands that the more he invests, the more abundant his harvest will be. Similarly, when you invest in others, when you sow seeds of generosity, you are enriching the very ground from which your own dreams will grow. This is the foundational principle, the quiet revolution of understanding that permeates the lives of all who have achieved truly magnificent things. It's the deep knowing that true fulfillment isn't found in the accumulation of things, but in the meaningful impact you have on the world around you. This leads us to the critical role of belief. Not just belief in yourself, which is undoubtedly essential, but a profound belief in the power of giving, in the inherent abundance of the universe, and in the reciprocal nature of human interaction. If you approach giving from a place of scarcity, feeling that every contribution diminishes your own reserves, then your actions will be hesitant, your impact diluted. But if you embrace the unwavering conviction that giving is in fact the most potent form of receiving, then your actions will be bold, your generosity expansive, and your results truly transformative. This isn't blind faith. It's an understanding rooted in observation, in the historical patterns of success, and in the very fabric of how value is created and exchanged in the world. Look at Walt Disney, not just as a storyteller, but as a visionary who believed implicitly in the power of joy, of wonder, of shared experience. His creations brought immeasurable happiness to millions, and in doing so unlocked an empire built on imagination and a commitment to enriching the lives of others. He didn't hoard his genius, he poured it out relentlessly, tirelessly, knowing that the more he gave, the more the world would give back to him in adoration, in patronage, in unwavering loyalty. This unwavering belief in the power of contribution fuels an unshakable clarity. When your purpose extends beyond mere personal gain, when it embraces the upliftment of others, your vision becomes sharper, your objectives more resonant, and your path undeniably clearer. No longer are you navigating a labyrinth of self-interest. Instead, you are charting a course guided by a deeper sense of meaning, a compass calibrated to the true north of service. This clarity cuts through the noise, the distractions, the endless pursuit of fleeting gratifications. It allows you to discern what truly matters, to focus your energy on endeavors that not only advance your own goals, but also create tangible value for the world around you. Imagine a lighthouse, its beam cutting through the darkest storm. That beacon is your clear purpose, illuminated by the understanding that your highest success is inextricably linked to your greatest contribution. This clarity allows you to say no to opportunities that don't align with your expansive vision, and to say a resounding yes to those that do, even if they initially appear to offer less immediate personal reward. Because you understand that the true reward lies in the long game, in the compounding returns of genuine heartfelt contribution. From this clarity springs a compelling vision. It's not enough to simply believe in giving back. You must vividly imagine the impact you wish to create. What problems will you solve? Whose lives will you touch? What legacy will you forge that extends far beyond your own lifetime? This is where the abstract notion of giving transforms into concrete action, where intention solidifies into innovation. Your vision becomes a powerful magnet, attracting the resources, the collaborations, the serendipitous encounters necessary to bring it to fruition. Think of it as painting a masterpiece. You don't just haphazardly throw paint on a canvas. You first envision the completed work, the emotions it will evoke, the story it will tell. Similarly, your vision for contribution is the blueprint for your greatest achievements. It provides the direction, the motivation, the unwavering focus that turns lofty ideals into tangible realities. This vision is not static. It evolves, it expands, it becomes more nuanced as you engage more deeply with the world. But its core remains anchored in the profound understanding that your greatest impact will always be found at the intersection of your unique talents and the pressing needs of humanity. This expansive vision, anchored in clarity and fueled by belief, naturally gives rise to a profound sense of purpose. For many, the relentless pursuit of individual success can feel hollow, a climb to a summit that offers only a fleeting view of personal achievement. But when your purpose is interwoven with the betterment of others, when your ambition is fueled by a desire to contribute, to uplift, to truly make a difference, then every step of the journey becomes imbued with meaning. This is not just about doing good, it's about doing well by doing good. It's about discovering that the deepest wells of motivation, the most enduring springs of resilience, are found not in self-interest, but in service. When you are driven by a purpose larger than yourself, obstacles transform into challenges, setbacks become opportunities for learning, and the inevitable struggles of any ambitious endeavor are met with an unwavering determination. Because you understand that you are not just working for yourself, but for something far greater, something that truly matters. This understanding unleashes an inner strength, a kind of indomitable spirit that allows you to persevere where others falter, to innovate where others concede, to lead where others follow. It connects you to a force that transcends the purely personal, linking your individual journey to the grander narrative of human progress. It is the realization that your ultimate contribution to your own abundance is directly proportional to your contribution to the world's abundance. This powerful sense of purpose naturally compels a profound level of discipline. It's not the harsh, self-flagellating discipline of deprivation, but the inspired, purposeful discipline of focus and commitment. When you know why you are doing what you are doing, when that why is rooted in a desire to contribute and make a difference, the daily grind transforms into a meaningful pursuit. The temptations of distraction, the allure of procrastination, the siren song of immediate gratification all lose their power in the face of a compelling, purpose-driven vision. You don't just want to achieve your goals, you need to, because your impact on others depends on it. This external accountability, this sense of responsibility to something beyond yourself becomes a powerful internal driver. It's the discipline that built Silicon Valley brick by innovative brick, fueled by a desire to connect the world, to revolutionize industries, to solve problems on a global scale. It's the discipline that allowed pioneers like Marie Curie to relentlessly pursue scientific breakthroughs, not for personal glory, but for the advancement of human knowledge and the alleviation of suffering. Their work was not merely a job. It was a calling, a profound expression of their purpose, which demanded and received an unparalleled level of dedication and rigor. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being relentlessly consistent, about showing up day after day, year after year, with an unwavering commitment to your vision of contribution. From this fertile ground of purpose-driven discipline, action springs forth, not as a laborious chore, but as an energetic expression of your commitment. This is where the rubber meets the road, where ideas transmute into tangible results. But it's not just any action. It's informed action, guided by your clarity, fueled by your vision, and inspired by your purpose. It's action that is strategically aligned with your desire to contribute, to create value, to make a positive impact. And here's the unexpected magic. When your actions are driven by a genuine desire to serve, they resonate with a different frequency. They attract collaboration, open doors, and create opportunities that would otherwise remain invisible. People are drawn to authenticity, to generosity of spirit, to a genuine desire to uplift. When your actions consistently demonstrate this commitment to giving back, you cultivate trust, build goodwill, and establish a reputation that becomes an invaluable asset, often far more valuable than any purely material gain. Think of a business that genuinely prioritizes its customers' needs, that goes the extra mile to provide exceptional service, not just for profit, but because it genuinely cares. That business doesn't just survive, it thrives, building a loyal community of advocates who become its most powerful marketing engine. This is the power of action rooted in contribution. It's not about being transactional, it's about being transformational. It's about understanding that every act of giving, no matter how small, is a deposit into a cosmic bank account that will eventually pay dividends far beyond your wildest imaginings. And as you embark on this journey of purposeful action, a profound sense of gratitude begins to permeate your experience. Not just a superficial thank you, but a deep, resonant appreciation for the opportunities you've been given, for the resources at your disposal, and for the chance to make a meaningful difference in the world. This gratitude isn't passive, it's an active, energizing force that fuels further giving. When you acknowledge the abundance already present in your life, you open yourself to receiving even more. It's a virtuous cycle. The more you give, the more you have to be grateful for, and the more grateful you are, the more inspired you are to give. This isn't about ignoring challenges or denying difficulties. It's about cultivating a perspective that focuses on what is working, on what is possible, on the inherent good that exists in the world. It's the quiet strength of someone who understands that true wealth isn't just about what you possess, but about what you appreciate. Think of a gardener tending a flourishing garden. She doesn't complain about the weeds. She celebrates the growth, marvels at the blossoms, and cherishes the harvest. Her gratitude for the bounty inspires her to continue nurturing the soil, ensuring future abundance. This is the essence of gratitude in action. It amplifies your capacity to give, and in doing so, amplifies your capacity to receive. It's the emotional bedrock that sustains long-term contribution, preventing burnout, and fostering a sense of enduring joy in the process. This unwavering foundation of gratitude, combined with purpose-driven action, cultivates an incredible capacity for adaptability. The world is in constant flux, an ever-shifting landscape of challenges and opportunities. Those who cling rigidly to old ways, to the pursuit of self-interest above all else, often find themselves adrift, unable to navigate the currents of change. But when your focus is on solving problems, on creating value, on serving a greater good, you become inherently more flexible, more innovative, more resilient. Your adaptability stems from a deep understanding that the ultimate goal is not a fixed outcome, but a continuous process of contribution. You are not bound by a single method or a single path. Instead, you are constantly seeking the most effective ways to make a positive impact. This is the essence of true entrepreneurial spirit, not just in business, but in life itself. It's the ability to pivot, to learn, to evolve in the face of new information and changing circumstances, always with the underlying objective of expanding your sphere of positive influence. Think of a river. It doesn't fight the rocks. It flows around them, finding new paths, constantly moving towards its ultimate destination. Similarly, When you are driven by a clear purpose of contribution, you find creative solutions to obstacles, adapting your strategies while remaining true to your core values. This adaptability is not a weakness. It is a profound strength, a dynamic responsiveness that ensures your ability to continue creating value no matter what challenges the future may hold. And from adaptability, resilience is born. Not the brittle resilience that simply endures, but the robust, generative resilience that learns and grows from every setback. When your purpose is intertwined with the well-being of others, when your ambition is fueled by a desire to contribute, failures are not seen as dead ends, but as invaluable feedback mechanisms. Each misstep becomes a lesson, each challenge an opportunity to refine your approach, to deepen your understanding, to strengthen your resolve. Because you are not just working for yourself, the stakes feel higher, and therefore your commitment to overcoming obstacles becomes more profound. This is the resilience of a scientist who, after countless failed experiments, persists with unwavering dedication, knowing that each failure brings them closer to a breakthrough that will benefit humanity. It's the resilience of a leader who, facing immense pressure and criticism, remains steadfast in their commitment to a vision that serves the greater good. This deep-seated resilience is not about avoiding pain. It's about transforming it into fuel for further growth, further contribution. It's the recognition that true strength is not the absence of struggle, but the capacity to rise stronger, wiser, and more determined with every challenge encountered. This isn't about gritting your teeth and bearing it. It's about leaning into the discomfort, understanding that resistance is often a sign that you are on the precipice of a significant breakthrough, especially when that breakthrough serves a purpose larger than your own. This persistent resilience fosters an insatiable hunger for learning. When your aim is to contribute, to truly make a difference, you understand that your knowledge and skills must constantly expand. You become a lifelong student, not just of your chosen field, but of human nature, of societal needs, of the evolving landscape of opportunity. This isn't learning for the sake of accumulation, but learning for the sake of application, for the sake of enhanced contribution. You seek out new information, new perspectives, new methodologies, not just to advance your own interests, but to better serve the people and causes you care about. Think of a master craftsman who, despite decades of experience, continues to refine their techniques, to experiment with new materials, to explore new designs, driven by an inherent desire to create ever more beautiful and functional objects for others. This dedication to continuous learning is not a burden. It is a profound joy, an endlessly rewarding pursuit that enriches your life and expands your capacity for impact. It's the understanding that the most powerful tools you possess are not external resources, but the ever-growing reservoir of your own intellect and understanding. And the more you learn, the more effectively you can give. The more you expand your own intellectual horizons, the more avenues open up for meaningful contribution, for solving increasingly complex problems, for creating increasingly profound value. This is the self-reinforcing loop of giving and learning, each feeding the other, creating a relentless upward spiral of growth and impact. And so, we arrive at the culmination, the resounding truth that echoes through the ages, whispered by every life lived with profound purpose. The power of giving back is not merely a noble sentiment, a moral obligation, or a philanthropic add-on. It is the very engine of true, sustainable abundance. It is the unexpected key that unlocks not just material wealth, but a deeper, richer, more meaningful existence. It is the wisdom understood by Carnegie, whose libraries brought light to millions and cemented his legacy far beyond his steel mills. It is the conviction of Edison, whose relentless innovations served to illuminate the world, bringing him not just patents, but enduring admiration. It is the unwavering spirit of Lincoln, who sacrificed everything for a cause greater than himself, forging a nation and a legacy that continues to inspire. It is the boundless imagination of Disney, who brought joy to generations, creating an empire built on shared wonder. This is not a philosophy to be merely admired. It is a principle to be lived. It demands courage, the courage to look beyond immediate self-interest, to embrace a larger vision, to trust in the reciprocal nature of the universe. It requires discipline. The discipline to consistently choose contribution over mere accumulation, to act with intention and purpose. It calls for an unwavering belief, a belief in your capacity to make a difference, and a belief in the inherent abundance that flows when you pour your energy into serving others. Imagine your life not as a vessel to be filled, but as a fountain designed to overflow. The more you give, the deeper your wellspring of resources becomes. The more you uplift others, the higher you yourself are lifted. This is the fundamental law, the hidden truth that unlocks extraordinary achievement and profound fulfillment. Stop chasing and start giving. Stop hoarding and start sharing. Stop consuming and start creating value. For in the profound act of giving back, you discover not just the unexpected key to abundance, but the very essence of a life truly, magnificently lived. Your legacy will not be measured by what you took, but by what you gave. Your abundance will not be defined by what you accumulated, but by the lives you touched, the problems you solved, the light you brought into the world. Step into this truth, embrace this power, and watch as the universe conspires to deliver to you a level of abundance, joy, and purpose you never dared to imagine. The time to begin is now. The opportunity is boundless. The impact is yours to create. Go forth and give. The journey we've embarked upon, exploring the profound connection between giving and receiving, is not a simple concept to be intellectually grasped and then set aside. It is a living, breathing truth, a fundamental law of the universe that demands not just understanding, but embodiment. We've spoken of mindset, belief, clarity, vision, purpose, discipline, action, gratitude, adaptability, resilience, and learning, each a vital thread in the tapestry of true abundance. Yet the depth of this wisdom, the sheer transformative power of integrating the power of giving back into the very core of your being, stretches far beyond what mere words can fully encapsulate. It requires a deeper dive, a recognition of the subtle yet incredibly potent forces at play when you choose contribution as your guiding principle. Consider the concept of synergy not just as a business buzzword, but as a dynamic force unleashed when individual efforts converge for a shared greater good. When you give, truly give, you are not simply expending resources. You are initiating a powerful reciprocal flow. You are creating a resonance, an energetic field that draws to you not only what you need, but often far more than you could have imagined. This is not some mystical charm. It is the observable phenomenon of human interaction and systemic growth. Think of Silicon Valley once more. Was it built by solitary geniuses hoarding their ideas? No. It was built on a culture of collaboration, of sharing knowledge, of mutual support, even among competitors. The open source movement, the collaborative development of groundbreaking technologies, these are not anomalies. They are direct manifestations of the power of giving. Engineers and developers contribute their time and expertise, often without immediate financial reward, to a collective project, understanding that the collective good ultimately elevates everyone. They understand that by contributing to the common pool of knowledge and innovation, they are simultaneously expanding their own skills, their networks, and their future opportunities. The more they give, the more the entire ecosystem thrives, and in turn, the more opportunities return to them. This is synergy in action, fueled by the underlying principle of generous contribution. This profound understanding of synergy leads to a reevaluation of competition. For too long, the narrative has painted success as a brutal, zero-sum game where one person's triumph necessitates another's defeat. But when you operate from a place of giving, competition transforms. It becomes less about crushing rivals and more about elevating the standard, about pushing the boundaries of innovation, about outserving rather than simply outmaneuvering. Your focus shifts from what you can take from the market to what immense value you can provide to the market. And paradoxically, by focusing on superior service and genuine contribution, you naturally outpace those still mired in a scarcity mindset. When your competitors are focused on what they can gain, and you are focused on what you can give, you are operating on different planes. You are playing a different game entirely, a game where the rules are written not by scarcity, but by abundance. This doesn't mean you become naive or forego strategic advantage. It means your strategy is informed by a deeper truth that the most powerful competitive edge is often built on an unparalleled commitment to serving your audience, your customers, your community. It's the difference between building a sandcastle and building a cathedral. One is temporary and vulnerable, the other enduring and magnificent, designed to uplift and inspire. This shift in perspective inherently redefines leadership. The old paradigm of leadership often revolved around command and control, around the accumulation of power and authority. But true, inspiring leadership, the kind that ignites movements and transforms societies, is fundamentally rooted in service. Great leaders are not those who demand allegiance, but those who inspire it through their unwavering commitment to the well-being and growth of those they lead. They don't just delegate tasks, they empower individuals. They don't just issue orders, they cultivate potential. Think of Nelson Mandela, whose leadership was not defined by his struggle against oppression, but by his vision for a reconciled, unified nation. His immense personal sacrifice and unwavering dedication to the freedom and dignity of his people transcended mere politics. It was an act of profound, transformative giving. He gave his life, his liberty, his very essence, to a cause that benefited not just himself, but an entire nation. And in doing so, he became a beacon of leadership, attracting global admiration and inspiring generations. This is the essence of leadership through service. You lead by demonstrating through your actions that you are genuinely invested in the success and well-being of those who follow you. You give them vision, you give them opportunity, you give them belief in themselves, and in return, they give you their loyalty, their effort, and their unwavering support. Your influence grows exponentially, not because you demanded it, but because you earned it through genuine contribution. This brings us to the profound realization that true wealth is multifaceted. We are conditioned to equate wealth primarily with financial accumulation. And while financial freedom is undoubtedly a powerful enabler of impact and personal choice, it is only one dimension of genuine abundance. When you commit to giving back, you begin to accumulate wealth in forms far richer and more enduring than mere currency. You accumulate social capital, a network of relationships built on trust, respect, and mutual support. These connections open doors, provide invaluable insights, and create opportunities that money alone can never buy. You accumulate experiential wealth, the richness of living a life filled with purpose, of seeing the tangible impact of your contributions, of knowing that your existence matters. This is the profound satisfaction that money cannot purchase, the deep sense of fulfillment that comes from making a difference. You accumulate intellectual wealth. As you solve problems for others, you sharpen your mind, expand your knowledge, and deepen your understanding of the world. Each act of contribution is a lesson learned, a skill refined, a perspective broadened. And perhaps most importantly, you accumulate spiritual wealth, a profound sense of inner peace, alignment, and meaning that transcends the fleeting highs of material gain. This spiritual wealth provides an unshakable foundation, a deep wellspring of resilience and contentment that sustains you through any challenge. When you embrace giving, you are not just building a financial portfolio, you are building a life of unparalleled richness and depth across all dimensions. This holistic view of wealth leads to a radical shift in how we perceive failure. In a scarcity-driven, self-centered paradigm, failure is often seen as a personal indictment, a definitive end. But from the perspective of contribution, failure transforms into an essential component of the learning process, a necessary stepping stone on the path to greater impact. When your goal is to serve, every attempt, even those that don't yield the desired outcome, provides invaluable data. It illuminates what doesn't work, what needs to be refined, what new approaches need to be explored. It's the iterative process of innovation, the relentless pursuit of improvement that characterizes all truly impactful endeavors. Think of a doctor tirelessly searching for a cure. Each failed experiment, each dead-end hypothesis is not a personal defeat, It's a piece of the puzzle, a step closer to alleviating suffering. Their motivation to give back, to find a solution for humanity, fuels their persistence in the face of countless setbacks. Similarly, when your driving force is to contribute, you develop an intrinsic resilience to failure, understanding that it is simply feedback, an invitation to learn more deeply, to adapt more intelligently, and to ultimately serve more effectively. It is the wisdom that every great achievement is built upon a mountain of failed attempts, transformed by perseverance and a relentless commitment to a higher purpose. This commitment to continuous learning and growth, fueled by the desire to give, allows for the cultivation of profound self-awareness. When you are genuinely focused on serving others, you are forced to confront your own strengths and weaknesses, to understand how your unique talents can best be utilized and where your blind spots might hinder your ability to contribute. This isn't navel-gazing. It's a pragmatic, purpose-driven introspection. You become acutely aware of the impact of your words and actions, understanding that every interaction is an opportunity to uplift or to diminish. You learn to listen more deeply, to empathize more profoundly, and to communicate more effectively, not for personal gain, but for the benefit of those you seek to serve. This self-awareness also helps you to identify where your true passions intersect with the needs of the world, revealing the unique contribution only you can make. It's the realization that true self-mastery is not about controlling others, but about mastering your own faculties in service of a greater good. It's the quiet understanding that the most profound insights into who you are come not from looking inward exclusively, but from actively engaging with the world and observing your impact upon it. The mirror reflects a clearer image when your focus is on the needs beyond your own reflection. Furthermore, this dedication to giving cultivates an extraordinary sense of patience. In a world obsessed with instant gratification, the greatest impacts are often the result of sustained, long-term effort, often without immediate recognition or reward. When your motivation is rooted in genuine contribution, you are less susceptible to the allure of quick fixes or the discouragement of delayed results. You understand that true change, true value creation, takes time, often years, even decades. You are planting seeds, nurturing growth, knowing that the harvest may not come tomorrow or even next year, but that it will come inevitably if you remain steadfast in your commitment to service. Think of the monumental undertaking of building the Panama Canal. It was not a project completed overnight, nor without immense sacrifice and setbacks. Yet the vision of connecting the world, of facilitating global trade and communication, a profound act of service to humanity, fueled the relentless patience and perseverance required to bring it to fruition. This patience is not passive waiting. It is active endurance, a steadfast belief in the compounding power of consistent, purpose-driven effort. It's the wisdom that true generosity is not measured by the immediate return, but by the enduring legacy it creates. And often, the greatest rewards are reserved for those who are patient enough to see their contributions blossom over time. This patience, interwoven with all the preceding principles, naturally leads to a profound sense of legacy. What do you wish to leave behind? Is it merely a sum in a bank account? A list of personal achievements? Or is it something far more enduring? A positive impact on countless lives, a solution to a pressing problem, a foundation for future generations to build upon. When you embrace the power of giving back, your focus shifts from living for yourself to living through yourself by making a lasting contribution to the world. Your life becomes a testament to purpose, a living example of what is possible when ambition is harmonized with generosity. This is the legacy of a Gandhi, whose nonviolent resistance gifted freedom to a nation and inspired movements across the globe. This is the legacy of a Florence Nightingale, whose tireless dedication to nursing revolutionized healthcare and saved countless lives. Their names echo through history, not because of what they accumulated for themselves, but because of what they gave to humanity. And the beautiful paradox is this: by focusing on leaving a meaningful legacy of contribution, you unlock a depth of personal fulfillment and a breadth of influence that far surpasses any purely self-serving pursuit. Your greatest abundance is not measured by what you acquire, but by what you leave behind in the hearts and minds of others and in the positive transformation of the world itself. Your very existence becomes a gift, and in that giving you find your deepest meaning and your truest, most enduring wealth. So, where does this leave you, here and now, at the crossroads of intention and action? It leaves you with a choice. Will you continue to chase the fleeting illusion of success defined solely by personal gain, a path that often leads to emptiness and anxiety? Or will you embrace the deeper, more profound truth that lasting abundance, genuine fulfillment, and undeniable impact are found in the powerful, transformative act of giving back? This is not a suggestion. It is an invitation to align yourself with the very flow of the universe, to tap into a power that has built empires, inspired movements, and transformed lives throughout history. It is an invitation to step beyond the confines of self-interest and into the expansive, limitless realm of contribution. The tools are within you. The mindset to see abundance, the belief to act boldly, the clarity to define your impact, the vision to inspire, the purpose to drive you forward, the discipline to execute, the gratitude to appreciate, the adaptability to navigate change, the resilience to overcome, and the hunger to continuously learn. All these tools are amplified, made infinitely more potent when wielded in service of something greater than yourself. Your unique talents, your specific skills, your individual experiences, they are not merely for your own benefit. They are gifts meant to be shared, meant to be leveraged for the betterment of others. What problem are you uniquely positioned to solve? Whose life can you touch with your particular genius? How can you contribute, even in the smallest way, to making the world a better, more just, more abundant place? Do not wait for perfect conditions. Do not wait for boundless resources. The act of giving back begins precisely where you are, with what you have, and with the unwavering intention to create positive value. A single act of kindness, a shared piece of knowledge, a moment of genuine support, these are the ripples that over time create tides of transformation. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and the journey to a life of profound abundance begins with a single, heartfelt act of giving. This is not a theoretical exercise. This is a call to action. It is a profound shift in how you orient yourself to the world, recognizing that your greatest success will be an echo of your greatest service. The universe is waiting for your contribution. Humanity awaits your unique impact. Your true abundance is not out there to be grasped. It is within you, ready to be unleashed through the powerful, transformative act of giving back. Step forward, give generously, and witness the miracles that unfold in your life and in the world around you. The choice and the power is yours. What will you give today? What legacy will you begin to forge, not just for yourself, but for all? The echoes of giants like Carnegie, Edison, and Ford reverberate through time, not merely because of the wealth they amassed, but because of the immense value they injected into the world. Their lives serve as colossal testaments to a principle often overlooked in our individualistic pursuits, that true prosperity is not a zero-sum game, but a grand symphony of interconnectedness. We've meticulously dissected the individual facets of this truth: mindset, belief, clarity, vision, purpose, discipline, action, gratitude, adaptability, resilience, and learning. Yet, the mosaic remains incomplete without truly grasping the profound impact of collaboration as a direct extension of the giving philosophy. In a world increasingly polarized and fragmented, the power of unified effort, born from a desire to contribute, becomes not just beneficial, but essential. When you approach interactions with an open hand, seeking to add value, to share insights, to uplift others, you inherently invite collaboration. Walls crumble, silos dissolve, and a shared intelligence emerges that far surpasses the sum of its individual parts. Think of the monumental scientific breakthroughs of our era, from the Human Genome Project to the development of life-saving vaccines. These were not the solitary achievements of isolated geniuses. They were the breathtaking results of global collaboration, of countless scientists, researchers, and institutions sharing data, resources, and insights driven by a collective purpose to alleviate suffering and advance human knowledge. Their individual contributions became exponentially more powerful when woven into a larger fabric of shared endeavor. This is the ultimate expression of giving back, pooling your unique gifts with others, not for personal credit, but for collective triumph. This spirit of collaboration is intrinsically linked to empathy. To truly give back, you must first understand the needs, aspirations, and challenges of others. This requires a profound capacity for empathy, the ability to step into another's shoes, to see the world from their perspective, to feel their struggles and celebrate their triumphs as if they were your own. When your actions are guided by genuine empathy, your contributions become more targeted, more impactful, and more deeply resonant. You're not just offering a solution. You're offering understanding. You're not just providing a service. You're building a bridge of connection. This empathetic approach fosters trust, deepens relationships, and cultivates a loyal following, whether in business, leadership, or personal influence. It's the difference between a transactional exchange and a transformative interaction. When you truly care about the well-being of others, your giving becomes authentic, magnetic, and profoundly effective. It's the quiet superpower that unlocks genuine human connection, making your contributions not just valuable, but truly meaningful. Furthermore, embracing the power of giving back inherently cultivates a sense of stewardship. Your talents, your resources, your opportunities, these are not merely for your personal consumption. They are trusts, responsibilities bestowed upon you, meant to be utilized not just for your own advancement, but for the betterment of the world. This mindset transforms the fleeting pleasure of possession into the enduring satisfaction of purpose. It shifts your perspective from being an owner to being a caretaker, recognizing that what you have is meant to flow through you, not merely to you. This understanding liberates you from the anxiety of holding on too tightly, from the fear of loss. Because when your focus is on stewarding your gifts for the greater good, you understand that the universe is an endless source, continually replenishing what flows outwards. Think of philanthropists who manage vast endowments not as their personal piggy banks, but as mechanisms for perpetual good, ensuring their resources continue to benefit generations long after they are gone. This stewardship mindset is not about self-denial. It's about self-transcendence, realizing that true fulfillment comes from being a conduit for good, a channel through which abundance can flow to others. This leads to the profound concept of eternal recurrence, not in a philosophical sense of reliving moments, but in the understanding that the impact of your positive contributions echoes indefinitely. Every act of kindness, every shared insight, every problem solved sends ripples through time and space, touching lives you may never know, influencing events far beyond your immediate perception. Your giving doesn't end with the initial transaction. It compounds, it inspires, it multiplies. The teacher who ignites a spark of curiosity in a child may be shaping a future innovator. The mentor who guides a struggling protege may be empowering a future leader. The entrepreneur who creates a valuable product or service may be improving the daily lives of millions, creating jobs and fostering economic growth for generations. Your contribution is not a static event. It is a dynamic force perpetually generating positive outcomes. This understanding imbues your actions with a profound sense of meaning, knowing that your efforts today are building a better tomorrow, not just for yourself, but for the collective tapestry of humanity. It is the ultimate antidote to cynicism, the undeniable proof that individual actions, when rooted in generosity, possess an extraordinary, enduring power. And finally, consider the transformative impact on your own inner peace and joy. The relentless pursuit of self-interest, while seemingly logical, often leads to a hollow victory, a sense of isolation, and an underlying current of anxiety. The constant striving for more without a deeper purpose can become an exhausting, unfulfilling race. But when your actions are driven by the profound desire to contribute, when your success is measured by the positive impact you have on others, a profound sense of peace settles within you. The need for external validation diminishes, replaced by the quiet satisfaction of knowing you are living a life of meaning and purpose. The anxieties of scarcity dissipate, replaced by the deep trust in the reciprocal flow of abundance. This is the purest form of happiness, not dependent on fleeting external circumstances, but born from the consistent alignment of your actions with your highest values. It is the joy of seeing lives transformed, of witnessing growth, of knowing that you are a positive force in the world. This inner peace is not a reward for giving. It is an inherent result of giving. It is the universe's ultimate affirmation that you are precisely where you are meant to be, doing precisely what you are meant to do. So the invitation stands clearer and more compelling than ever before. This isn't a mere philosophy to ponder. It's a blueprint for a life of unparalleled impact and fulfillment. It's a call to move beyond the limitations of self-centered ambition and to embrace the expansive, transformative power that lies in prioritizing contribution. What is the single most important action you can take today to give back? It doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be a monumental philanthropic gesture. It could be sharing your expertise with a colleague, offering a genuine word of encouragement, dedicating a small portion of your time to a cause you believe in, or simply approaching every interaction with the intention of adding value. The moment you consciously choose to operate from this place of giving, a subtle but profound shift occurs within you. Your energy changes, your perspective broadens, the opportunities you perceive multiply, and the universe, in its infinite wisdom, begins to conspire in your favor, sending back to you, often in unexpected and magnificent ways, the very abundance you have so generously extended to others. This is not a theoretical promise. It is a living truth, demonstrable in the lives of every individual who has ever achieved enduring greatness. They understood that the greatest gain comes from the greatest giving. They recognized that the most profound fulfillment is found not in accumulation, but in contribution. Your life, your purpose, your true potential awaits this fundamental alignment. Step into the flow. Embrace the power. Begin today to give. The journey to extraordinary abundance begins with this single powerful choice. What contribution will you unleash upon the world, and in doing so, unlock the limitless abundance that is your birthright? The stage is set, the time is now. Will you answer the call? We've journeyed through the intricate pathways of a philosophy that stands diametrically opposed to the pervasive narrative of self-absorption. We've unearthed how giving back isn't merely an act of charity, but the very crucible in which true abundance is forged. From the mindset that embraces infinite possibility to the profound peace found in contributing to something larger than oneself, the evidence is overwhelming. Yet a final crucial layer remains to be unveiled, the intrinsic link between this philosophy and the cultivation of unwavering optimism. In a world saturated with negativity, where news cycles often paint a bleak picture and challenges seem insurmountable, it's easy to succumb to cynicism. But the individual committed to giving back, to solving problems, to contributing value, operates from a fundamentally different premise. Their very actions are an affirmation of optimism. When you seek to uplift, to heal, to innovate for the betterment of others, you are inherently declaring your belief in a better future, in the capacity for human progress, and in the ultimate triumph of good. This isn't naive idealism. It's a pragmatic recognition that every significant advancement in human history has been driven by those who dared to believe that things could be better and then committed themselves to making it so. Think of the pioneers of the civil rights movement, facing entrenched prejudice and violence. Their optimism wasn't a blind hope. It was a fierce conviction that justice would ultimately prevail, a conviction fueled by their unwavering commitment to the dignity and equality of all people. Their fight, their sacrifices were acts of profound giving, and in doing so, they demonstrated the transformative power of an optimism rooted in purpose. This optimism, born of contribution, generates an infectious inspiration. When others witness your genuine commitment to making a positive difference, when they see your efforts yielding tangible results for the collective good, they too are moved to action. Your life becomes a living testament to what is possible, a beacon that ignites the latent potential within others. This is the multiplier effect of giving. It doesn't just create value, it creates more givers. It cultivates a virtuous cycle where one act of generosity sparks another, leading to an ever-expanding wave of positive change. Think of a community project that starts with a few dedicated individuals. As their impact grows, as the benefits become visible, more people are drawn in, offering their time, resources, and ideas. The initial acts of giving inspire a broader movement, demonstrating how individual contributions, when aligned with a shared vision, can transform entire communities. This kind of inspiration isn't manufactured. It's organic, authentic, and incredibly powerful, demonstrating that the greatest leaders are often those who inspire others to lead through their own acts of selfless contribution. This unwavering optimism and inspirational power flow from a deep-seated trust in the universal law of reciprocity. It is the absolute conviction that the energy you put out into the world, particularly the energy of generosity and service, will inevitably return to you, often magnified in forms you least expect. This isn't a transactional expectation, demanding an immediate equivalent return. Rather, it is a profound understanding of the interconnectedness of all things, a knowing that the universe rewards contribution, that abundance follows service as surely as night follows day. This trust liberates you from the need for external validation or immediate gratification. You give because it is the right thing to do, because it aligns with your highest purpose, and because you intuitively understand that by enriching the lives of others, you are simultaneously enriching your own. It is the quiet confidence of someone who understands the fundamental rhythms of the cosmos, someone who dances with the flow of life rather than fighting against it. This trust allows you to give freely, without attachment to outcome, knowing that the ultimate reward is assured, often in ways that transcend mere material gain. It is the ultimate expression of faith in the inherent goodness of the universe and in your place within its grand design. And as we reach the crescendo of this exploration, consider your own unique potential for this profound impact. Your hands, your mind, your spirit, they are instruments of creation, capable of shaping not just your own destiny, but the very fabric of the world around you. The greatest illusion we cling to is that our individual efforts are too small to matter. Yet, every monumental achievement, every societal transformation, every shift in human consciousness began with a single individual or a small group who dared to give of themselves for a cause greater than their own immediate desires. You possess unique gifts, experiences, and perspectives that no one else can replicate. What will you do with them? Will you hoard them, protecting them from the perceived scarcity of the world? Or will you unleash them, pour them out in service, trusting in the limitless abundance that flows when you choose contribution as your guiding star? The path to enduring wealth, to profound joy, to a life of undeniable significance is not found in the relentless pursuit of self, but in the boundless act of giving. This isn't just a philosophy to be discussed. It is a way of life to be embodied. It's a fundamental truth that has been whispered through the ages, demonstrated by every truly great life, and now it stands before you, ready to be embraced. Your legacy is not a distant, abstract concept. It is being written in every decision you make, every interaction you engage in, every act of contribution you choose. What will your story say? Will it be a testament to what you accumulated or to what you amplified? Will it be a record of self-interest or a beacon of selfless service? The power to shape that narrative is entirely within your grasp. Step forward, not with hesitation, but with conviction. Unleash your inherent capacity to give, to serve, to uplift. In doing so, you will not only unlock a level of abundance that transcends all material measures, but you will also discover the deepest, most resonant meaning of your own existence. The world awaits your unique contribution. Your true potential awaits its release. Go forth, not just to succeed, but to serve. And in that service, find your ultimate triumph, your lasting peace, and your truly boundless abundance. The journey begins now.